You've been there." She smiled, laughed, leaned in closer. And in that moment you felt it. Connection. So you let your guard down. You stopped playing games. You told her how you felt. And then, like flipping a switch, everything changed. She pulled back. Suddenly the warm messages became colder, the replies slower, the energy gone. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? You think, but I finally showed her I care. Exactly. Because what no one tells you is this. The moment a man surrenders emotionally, many women, consciously or not, begin to withdraw. Not because they're cruel, not because they don't feel anything, but because your vulnerability triggered a deeper instinct within her. One rooted in psychology, not romance. She doesn't even understand it herself. And unless you learn to see it for what it is, you'll make the same mistake again and again. You'll give more, chase harder, open up further, only to watch her vanish like smoke. You see, most men believe that showing love is the path to receiving it, that if you're honest, open, and emotionally available, she'll feel safe and stay. But feminine energy doesn't always respond to security the way you think. When you confess your feelings too early or too intensely, something subtle shifts. She begins to feel pressure, not the kind you intend, but the kind that whispers, "He needs something from me." And when a woman feels needed before she feels truly drawn, the polarity collapses. The mystery dies. The dynamic reverses. This isn't about manipulation. It's about instinct. Deep inside, many women carry an unconscious fear, the fear of being consumed by a man's emotional world before she's ready. It's not that she doesn't want connection, but too much too soon. It feels like weight, not warmth. So she retreats, not to hurt you, but to breathe. And that's where most men panic and start losing themselves in the chase. But before I show you the hidden psychology behind her emotional distance, if this message resonates with you, consider subscribing. It helps this channel grow, and it tells me to keep creating more content like this. This is where attachment theory comes in. Modern psychology identifies different attachment styles, patterns we develop early in life, shaping how we give and receive love. Many women today operate from what's called an avoidant attachment style. On the surface, they may seem warm, affectionate, even emotionally open. But when intimacy deepens, their subconscious kicks in. Closeness feels dangerous. Why? Because vulnerability threatens control. And for the avoidant mind, love often equals loss of freedom, identity, or emotional safety. So the moment she senses your heart opening, her defense mechanisms activate. She pulls away, not because she doesn't care, but because closeness awakens past wounds. She may not even know why she's withdrawing. To her, it just feels like something's off. And you, the anxious counterpart, desperate for closeness, lean in harder, text more, apologize for things you didn't do. And that only makes it worse. Here's where most men make the fatal mistake. They sense her pulling away, and instead of staying centered, they panic. They double down on affection, more compliments, more texts, more reassurance. What they don't realize is that this reaction only confirms her deepest fear, that his love comes from need, not strength. She begins to feel like the emotional caretaker, not the inspired partner. And now the polarity is broken. The man who once stood in his masculine frame, calm, grounded, mysterious, is now chasing, explaining, apologizing, trying to win back what was never truly lost, only shifted. and the more he tries to close the gap, the wider it becomes. Because the truth is harsh but clear. No woman is drawn to a man who abandons himself just to keep her close. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." You didn't lose her when you showed love. You lost her when your love became a transaction, when your affection was no longer a gift, but a request. When every "I miss you" carried the silent plea, "Please stay." That's what she felt. Not your heart, but your fear. She didn't pull away because she's cruel. She pulled away because your energy shifted, because you stopped being the man who chose her and became the man who needed her. And deep down, she doesn't want to be needed. She wants to be drawn, magnetically, mysteriously, to a man who stands whole without her. That's the paradox no one teaches you. You keep her not by holding tighter, but by standing taller. So what do you do when she pulls away? You don't chase, you don't beg, you don't write long messages trying to explain your heart. You pause, you pull your energy back, not to punish her, but to reclaim yourself. Here's what that looks like. You notice she's distant. Instead of texting more, you go quiet. You redirect your focus back to your body, your work, your purpose. You let the silence speak louder than words. And in that silence, something powerful happens. She starts to feel your absence, not your desperation, your presence. Because here's the truth. When a woman senses that you don't need her to feel whole, she starts to wonder why. She becomes curious again, pulled in, drawn, not because you manipulated her, but because you returned to your center. Masculine energy is not reactive. It's still, grounded, magnetic. And sometimes, the most attractive thing you can do is nothing at all. Here's the part no one tells you. She's not testing your love. She's testing your center. Because every woman, consciously or not, wants to know, if I pull back, will you collapse? If I go quiet, will you beg? If I change, will you chase? Or will you remain? That's what draws her in. Not your gifts, not your compliments, not your poetry, but your presence. The man who remains unmoved by storms he didn't create. It's not about indifference, it's about inner gravity. Because love isn't about losing yourself in someone else. It's about two complete energies choosing to meet, not merge. The man who understands this doesn't fear distance. He understands it. He welcomes it. He lets it reveal the truth. So if she turned cold, maybe it wasn't rejection. Maybe it was revelation. A mirror showing you where you give your power away in the name of love. And an invitation, not to chase her, but to return to yourself. Because the man who doesn't flinch when she pulls away is the man she remembers when the world grows quiet. If this message hit something real inside you, hit like, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more. This is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll go deeper into the subtle power dynamics between anxious and avoidant lovers, and how to break the cycle for good. But before you go, I have one question for you. If she suddenly disappeared from your life today, would you still recognize the man you were before she came in? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading.